Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest version of Tales from Outer Space, where I take an HFY story from somewhere around the internet and read it aloud for your enjoyment. All the relevant links are down below. Like, subscribe, and all that YouTube comf to help this video and channel grow. Anyways, as always, I hope that you enjoy. I would just like to thank the following Tier 5 patrons and channel members for supporting the channel: FallenAngel, BuzzKillington, Datamagnet, and Bob the Dragon. Thank you again. And now, on to the story. Story number 1, Risk Averse, written by Digital 332006. When the Thront discovered humanity, there was a cause of celebration on both sides. It had been 5.8 billion years since they had taken to space, and humans were the first savants that they'd encountered. Unfortunately, it would take many years for the Thront on their home world to discover this, as the Thront did not have FTL drives. A message would have to be sent by probe, taking some 30,000 years to get back home. As both cultures had much in common, both being bipedal mammals with legs and arms, initial meetings went along splendidly. So much so that the colonists generally accepted humanity's invitation to visit for some time, hoping to share knowledge and culture. Compared to the next 80 years of travel before their inevitable deaths that awaited them on their journey of reaching a colonizable world that they had selected, this seemed like quite the opportunity to most Thront who'd never have any other chance to step on solid ground. Thus, it was with some trepidation that Zalwan accepted the diplomatic post to follow another similarly assigned human to help each other learn about their species. Zalwan stepped off the plane at Heathrow Airport and looked for the human colleague. Looking around, humans moved back and forth with decisive steps. No time wasted. He managed to spot a large cardboard sign with his name on it. He approached the holder and introduced himself. "Greetings, I am Zalwan. You must be Tony." "Hi, that's me. How was your flight?" asked Tony, putting the sign down. Zalwan shrugged. "A little bumpy for my tastes, but I was assured that it was quite safe." "Oh yeah, plane travel is some of the safest methods of travel that we have nowadays. Less than 0.01% of flights have accidents," remembered Tony, having seen a BBC report on the subject a few weeks prior. "Ah, excellent. Those statistics make me feel better. Where are we going now?" Silva made sure that the small floating suitcase that was following him around was still there. "Well, I reckon we should go to my apartment, get you some clothes that stand out a bit less, and then we can hit the pub." Tony glanced quickly at the peculiar floating object, slightly impressed at the alien technology. Silva wondered what an apartment and a pub was, but nodded and followed Tony outside to a small metal box with doors. Tony opened one of the doors, showing his alien friend how to do it. "I'm guessing you don't have cars back home," Tony said as he fastened his seatbelt. "Well, I've never actually been back home. My family have been on board the colony ship for the last 17,649 years. But in the media we have on board, most travel is either aerial or subterranean." Sylvan copied Tony, clicking the seatbelt in place. "Well, sounds pretty rough. That's a pretty huge commitment. Do you ever feel any regrets?" Tony talked as he started the car, leaving the airport's parking lot. "Some do not take well to it, but I want to do my part for the greater good. It's a satisfying career." "And you never developed FTL technology?" "Oh no, we've been working on it, but you've been in spacefaring civilization for a while now, no?" asked Tony, merging onto the highway as he accelerated, causing Zilvan to grip the door handle. "We found out how to do it something like 1.4 million years ago, but it was way too risky. Nearly 6% of the time, the results were catastrophic accidents." "You couldn't solve it in over 1 million years?" "We don't stand a chance. Bollocks! Not even sure we have 20,000 years of written history. I'm sure quite a few would take the odds for an FTL drive, however." Tony thought about it and figured he'd even willingly take a 5% odds of instant death teleporter if it meant avoiding morning traffic. It was Sylvan's turn to be impressed. What? Your entire species has evolved this much in so little time. You must all be geniuses of the highest level. Tony laughed. You'd be disappointed. Trial and error paved the way for where we are today. The early space missions mostly ended in failure, and more than 50% of the time. Surely you jest. That's tantamount to suicide, exclaimed Sylvan, shocked by the very idea. I mean, many activities we do are risky. Stuff like skydiving, racing bikes, water skiing, to name a few, listed off Tony. Well, I would never do anything so careless, scoffed Sylvan. Tony thought about something for a moment before replying, If you think about it, 1.3 million humans die in car crashes yearly. A car braked suddenly in front of them, and Tony expertly dodged it by switching to the next lane, honking aggressively at the car as he passed by it. Bloody idiot! Where was I? Oh yes, we even have this mechanism where our brains stop us from thinking about our own mortality. That was when Sylvan realized that perhaps that humanity's ability to attempt things that had a high chance of failure greatly contributed to the rate of their advancement. Every discovery made by the Thrond had been done very meticulously, and only when enough data was available to ensure a very high success rate. Compared to the humans, his species was risk-averse, but perhaps a bit more sane. End of story. Story number 2. Humanity's Advanced Battlecruiser Class Naming Convention, written by Mean Gator. ABG-05 was a hull designation for the last one of a class of the latest something with a size between a heavy battlecruiser and a battleship. You could call it a pocket battleship, but at 3,307 meters in length and weighing as much as a group of battleships due to its new armor, pocket doesn't feel like the right description. The new class was expensive as hell, but the humans tend to not spare expenses on their new toys, and furthermore, getting a class of ships as fast as an attack corvette and having the punch of a battleship is a huge plus. Not to mention that due to its armor of collapsed matter, it could pass through a moon at full speed without even getting a dent. I crap you not, this was discovered by an accidental gross navigational miscalculation on ABG-01 trials, and hence the name Now You See Me. Messing with humans is generally unhealthy for your fleets, and thank the gods for their bizarre war rules forbidding attacks on civilian population. The Roviel League learned the hard way that the appearance of even one of these monstrosities is a very bad omen for your military. It is not a coincidence that ABG-02's name is the same bad omen. Next on the humans' naughty list were the Massacre, the ancient bullies. While not genocidal, thank the gods, the Massacre were a major pain in the ass for the rest of the galactic civilization. They decided that they didn't like how the humans had advanced and declared war. Tough luck, and Massacre were the ones for whom the bell tolls. Not coincidentally, the names of ABG-3 and ABG-4 that led the fleet to beat them into submission. Strangely enough, they helped them rebuild on the condition, please stop bullying the others or else. Some fraction of the Massacre didn't like these conditions, but their dreams of revenge died soon enough, just as ABG-05 finished their trials and led the human fleet against them to make the specific fraction a footnote to history, and the rest of the Massacre docile as ugly puppies. Hence the name, and then there were none was given to ABG-05, the last of this class. End of story. And that, my friends, concludes this video. I hope that you enjoyed, and if you do, please consider supporting the author, even by popping over and leaving a thumbs up or a nice comment, just to show your appreciation for the story. However, if you wish to support this channel, there are links down below which will help immensely. I will see you all in the next one, and until then, I hope that you have a fantastic day. Cheers.